Welcome back, Wanderers, and today we are down at Bardstown Bourbon Company. We have been here before, but we weren't able to take a tour because they were booked up, so we booked a tour early this morning, or late last night. For early this morning, so we are here early this morning. I'm sorry I'm squinting. I got snow or ice or whatever going into my eyes, so that's a little weird.
It's like snow drizzle.
Yes. So we're gonna do a quick tour, well, an hour-long tour. Gonna film periodically throughout the tour. Hope you enjoy. Keep wandering, keep following,
And let the adventure begin.
We'll talk to you soon. Look, we have stairs.
But what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and get started with the drink. So we're going to do this number one right here. What's the first thing you guys notice about it? It's clear. So this is going to be unaged bourbon or distillate. So what this is, it means it's never touched a barrel. What distillate is, it comes straight up our still in our distillery process. And then all the evaporation through all the fermentation, all the cooking. So it comes off the clear liquid before it goes to the barrel. So it's either called distillate, you call it unaged bourbon, or moonshine, white dog, white lightning, whatever you want to call it. So the reason we're doing this, not just so you guys can make, why does it make me drink moonshine on the bourbon tour, right? It's more educational, so we're showing you the beginning, middle, and end steps of the whole bourbon making process that we do here. What's interesting about this first one, it's our very first mash bill we ever released here out of 51 that we have. So this first one right here is our wheated. So if you don't know the two secondary flavor grains that really make bourbon the way they taste that they are, one is wheated and the other is rye. So this is going to be a wheated one. Wheated bourbons are more associated with sweetness. Even though wheat's not really much of a sweet grain, it's more of a passive grain. So what that means, it allows the sweetness of the corn to come through more. That's why a lot of bourbons that are wheated are associated with sweet. Unlike rye, rye is a bold and spicy grain. That's why a lot of rye bourbons are hot, spicy, and go down, I don't want to say harsh, but it goes down a little bit harder than, your normal wheated bourbons. So this first one is going to be our wheated bourbon. This is going to be 120 proof because we engine proof all of our barrels at 120. So again, this is unaged bourbon. It's never touched a barrel. It's going to be hot. It's going to be a little harsh, but we're just showing you what it's going to be like before the whole barrel process of the bourbon distillation process. So click on the placemat in front of you. This mash bill says 68% corn, 20% wheat, and then 12% malted barley. So, it's about midway closer to high for a wheated bourbon. But at the same time, go ahead and nose it. Let me know what y'all get off your nose, smell. I know it's 10 a.m. It's early to start like this, right? But you guys are the ones that signed up for it. This is what do y'all get off the nose? Sweet, okay. Probably get a lot more like grainy or bread-like smell to it. So go ahead and take a little sip. So what y'all think?
Taste the corn.
Taste of what?
The corn.
The corn, yeah, for sure. A lot of corn counting this. It's like corn. What else y'all get? Everybody awake now, right? For sure. Everybody's awake. Yeah, I'm awake now too. That did not mix well with my coffee I drank this morning, but I'm awake now. What else? What other taste notes you guys get off here? Anybody? Grain? Okay.
It's caramelly.
Very caramel.
Very caramel, okay. Yeah, kind of like I said, wheat, you got to do that sweetness with it. Very good. Well, we're ready to move on to the second here, which is our high rye bourbon distillate. So, who knows what percentage makes it a high rye? What does it have to be above? Anybody?
Isn't it above 25?
Close. Stop random numbers.
28?
30. Exactly. 30%, yeah. This has to be above 30% for this to start a high rye. But it also depends on who you talk to. Some people will say, above 20%. Some people will say above 15, which I guess so. But for us, and most distilleries around here, it's above 30%. So this mash bill, we live on the placemat in front of you. 60% corn, 36% rye, and then 40% malted barley. So this one right here is our second ever mash bill we're going to be releasing. So go ahead and put your nose to this one. Again, this is 120 proof too. Again, it's everything we do here is that entry proof at 120. kind of different spectrum of smells, right? You definitely can tell the difference between what those two flavor grains do for bourbon. That's the whole reason we're drinking these, so you guys can really tell the difference between that wheat and the rye, what type of smells you get off of that unaged bourbon. Because when it gets into that barrel, you're getting more of that barrel, sweetness smell to it after the whole aging process. So this whole point is for you guys to smell and taste what those grains actually taste like, so you can kind of figure out what they're going to be like in that bourbon as well. So what do you guys get off the nose?
Very caramel.
Caramel, okay. Who else?
It smells kind of more grainy.
Excuse me?
Like there's more grain in it. Like
Yeah, okay. Almost like a straighter alcohol with a little bit more grain to it. Yeah, because you got to think, it's only 8% lower in corn count. It's still going to have a lot to do with that corn. So what we're going to do, go ahead and take a sip of it, let me know what y'all think. The ryes are going to be a little spicier, right? What do you guys get off the flavor notes? Like, give me some flavor notes you guys get off it. Anything. Spicy, you get a little, pepper from it. A lot of people say get butterscotch or butter popcorn too. The smell and taste. Butter popcorn for sure. Those little butterscotch candies and stuff like that, you get a little bit of that taste. What we got here, we're going to start off with number 3. So number 3 is our high rye bourbon mash bill. So same exact mash bill as number 2 here. What's the main difference though between 3 and 2? Color, for sure.
3 years.
So this has been in the barrel for about 3 years, probably a little over 3 years. We pumped it straight from the barrel outside, so you might see a little charred oak at the bottom, and usually we try to filter it out. If there is a little charred oak, it's not going to hurt you, trust me. But this came straight out of the barrel, around 3 years old. Same exact mash bill as the second one you guys just drank, but go ahead and nose it. You guys get a whole lot more sweeter smells to it, a lot more fruitiness. You probably get more of that butterscotch, that butter popcorn I was talking about. Go ahead and take a sip.
Definitely not as harsh.
Everything good?
Carameling with the pepper.
What do y'all think about it? Give me some notes.
a lot smoother.
A lot smoother, Still a little edgy, it's only 3 years old, But at the same time, it's good for only 3 years old. Usually you want to be a little bit more, cutting or giving you that Kentucky hug, wants to hug your chest and never let you go. That's what we call Kentucky hug first. What do you guys get off of it? And like I said, the butterscotch, butter popcorn are getting a little more sweeter. Definitely get more of those caramel, vanilla, especially that oakiness from the barrel. Like I said, 60 to 80% of the flavor comes from that barrel. And here at Bardstown Bourbon Company, we use American white oak barrels for our stuff. But who knows pretty much the rules of what makes it a bourbon and not a whiskey? Because every bourbon's a whiskey, not every whiskey is a bourbon. Yeah, it has to be distilled in the United States, right? That's one. There's 3 big ones. There's a lot of them.
A new charred white oak barrel.
Has to be a new charred oak container. Doesn't have to be white oak. And
I thought it had to be.
it has to be barrel, but if you find one who doesn't use a barrel,
Fair enough.
What's that third one? The big one. There's a lot to it.
It'll leave.
51% corn.
Yeah, it has to be 51% corn. It has to be 51% corn to be considered bourbon. So those are pretty much the main bourbon malls. So what we got here for this last one is our Fusion Series number 4, which is actually this bottle sitting in front of me. So like I said, we are a young company. We don't have anything out by itself yet. So I told you at the beginning, we celebrate the art of blending and sourcing our bourbon. So that's what we have right here, our Fusion Series. It's another way for us to kind of make a profit while we wait for our stuff to age out there. Also giving you guys a little sample of what is to come for us. So what we do, 60% of the product is our own product, while 40% is a sourced Kentucky bourbon from pretty much right down the road from us. It's on the side of every one of our bottles, so we always stress transparency here. We want to be as transparent as possible, not hide anything from our customers. We're telling you exactly what's in the mash bill, the ages, where it's coming from, besides that source bourbon, because as employees, we sign a confidentiality notice that we cannot release that information. But what we do is we source that Kentucky bourbon from its own barrel, and then we source our own stuff, 3 to 4 years old, from out in our rig house. And then after we take it off from the barrels, we don't put it in a new barrel or anything like that. We just blend it all together, so it is still considered a bourbon. So this is actually going to be all rye bourbon. So what we do, the reason we do that is, like I said, we don't want you to drink a 3 or 4 year old bourbon. It's going to be a little too hot, too spicy. Then we're going to wait for a few more years. So that 13-year-old comes in and kind of smooths it out, gives it that age for it, makes it taste, gives it a little bit of, help from the back end of it, so you're not just drinking, harsh, chest-beating bourbon the entire time. So this right here is 94.9 proof. Very good. It's all rye, so look at that mash bill, it's gonna say all rye, even though one says 60% corn, 40% rye, that's still considered bourbon. Does not necessarily have to have malted barley in it. Like I said, it just has to be 51% corn. A new charter container and has to be still in the United States. It used to be only in Kentucky, but they changed the law a while back. Go ahead and nose this one. This is actually product we do have on the shelves here. Nose it, a little bit more sweeter tones to it for sure. Let me go ahead and take a sip. What do y'all think? Goes down a little bit smooth for a bourbon, right? Yeah. So that is our lowest proof we have here.
Yeah.
Smells like beer.
Smells like French onion soup.
It's a lot bigger when you get up to it, right?
See, this still smells like wood.
Get a good smell in here, right? Yeah. A lot of that good smell of aging bourbon. Growing up here all my life, this is constantly what I smell. Every time
I'm moving.
So that's good. Is everybody in here? You guys kind of circle up right here so we give everybody a little space over here. Spread out. So, this is our very first recap, so you can kind of see. You already smell the good aromas in here. See a lot of barrels. It is very cold here as well. It's probably colder in here than it is outside if there wasn't no wind outside. But what you guys see behind you is a bar. So this is a speakeasy type bar. It's called Peach Place. So it's CamelBak Crux. We also brought them on Samantha. But he wanted to do a speakeasy type bar inside the Rick House that was a Wolf of Wall Street meets up. That's what he wanted to do, style like that. Unfortunately, he did not see the finished product, so we just named it after him. We had a big party celebrating his life with his friends and family over here at this bar. He's officially home. As soon as that finished, so. A little bit of a party, but at the same time, Clipper was starting, so they can do a whole lot with him. But you see on that back part over there, all those bottles, that's some of our archives. So that's every bottle we've ever released here since we've been here for 4 years. So the whole middle section with the granite, and then that top right, top left, big, long-looking bottles, those are called collaboration series. So with the collaboration series, in the video, we talked about finishing barrels. So what that means, you guys heard of putting beer in a bourbon barrel, right? We put bourbon in a beer barrel, or a wine barrel, or any type of sherry barrel, anything with copper casing, they are their brand symbol, Kentucky and things. orange curacao, sherry finish, apple brandy. Still, which is like a dessert brandy. We also have stuff with prisoner wine, Kentucky Bourborn powder, which is Cabernet finish, 5,000, and prisoner's like a red wine, turns out a little barrel finish. And we also have Goodwood Brewing Company, which they do walnut ale, and also plenty of beers, new girls. So what all these companies do, also shot to the blood, that's a barn ale finish in France. So we do stuff with them as well. Unfortunately, all those bottles are so everything is under release here since we are in company, but we are coming back out the second round of prisoner and the second round of the shot table by the Barn finish this year. But so what they do, they kind of explain a little bit, but in simple terms. So all these companies do, when they're done with those barrels, of course, they get all the liquid out and all the flavors still coming up inside the barrel. So they send these 50 barrels to us, and we source either Tennessee, Kentucky, or Indiana barrel. We put it inside that barrel, let it sit in the greenhouse about a year and a half, and it comes out very unique flavor. So there's no longer said bourbon. It's the different used barrel. We consider it a Kentucky straight bourbon, whiskey, finished in whatever barrel it was. So we're going to know that red wine or the sherry finish beats kind of so whatever that barrel was, they had it. So this one right here, this is one more question that we have. I think this is the so it's one of those two. I'm pretty sure it's 5 because we just did our second round. But I didn't bring you guys out here just so you can smell the sweet aroma, see all this cool barrels and stuff like that. You guys are actually going to be drinking straight from this barrel up here. So, not going to be a little much, it's going to be a little bit of a plastic cup. I'm going to go around and just take the cup for me. So this bourbon is going to be chilled out a little bit just because this barrel, has been down here, for a while. But what you guys can see is pure strength right there. Just took it out of the barrel. Now we already took it out earlier this morning, so there's no point keep hammering and unplugging it the whole time, just because that puts a lot of wear and tear on that barrel too. So this right here is a whiskey thief. So what a whiskey thief is, it's going to act as a straw when I put it inside the barrel. So what it's going to do is it's going to suck up all that bourbon inside there, just like a straw. When it gets kind of full, I'll wait a few more minutes for it. I'll put my thumb on this hole on top, which stops all the air coming through. And that way, whenever I release my thumb, I'll be able to pour it through your glass. Oh, look at that. Does not like you. Give me just 1 second. Let me get some more. So it only goes for about 3 to 4 pours. This barrel's almost tapped too. So whatever the liquid is, so let's say the liquid's right there, that's all I'm getting inside this. So if this barrel's full, I'll be able to probably do all you guys in one pull. But since this barrel's kind of getting a little low, and you kind of feel it like that, I wouldn't be able to do that. I'm not that strong, okay? I might be able to pull it out of the bottle like it was nothing, but I'm not that strong, right? There you go. Sorry about that trouble for you guys earlier. I didn't know what was going on. Well, it was actually on the 10:30 group. We got it. Appreciate it. Yeah, so what do you guys think it is? A rye or a wheat? So I'm going to go around one by one around the room. Who wants to start on this one? You guys start with the track. Rye?
Rye.
It is a bourbon, I'll give you that. It's not a whiskey. Rye. Rye.
Rye.
Rye.
Right.
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 Whatever they
The only one, I'm gonna say wheat.
The only winner right here. No, I'm kidding. It could be. No, but what it is, how many of you guys think this is though, just based off that taste?
2?
2 years? Anybody else have a guess?
I was kind of for sure.
A little more than 2? Yeah.
I was gonna
So
say-
it has to be under like 4 months. Has to be underneath that. Just because we started filling up September 2006. So, a way to tell the date on this barrel, for some of them will have the same on top, which is not too bad. But even though this barrel, they wrote this one wrong. Usually this 29 goes in the back, 16 goes first. But it's the lot numbers, how you tell the age in every barrel type. So right here, 29 is going to be the day of the month, and K is going to be the month. So January is A, February is B, March is C, and so on. So K is the 11th letter, November is the 11th month, so this is November 29th of 2016. So it says right here it's 3,391. So that's the 3,391st barrel that we've ever had. They reset it every year. But since this is 2016, this is 3,391st barrel.
That's over your wedding day.
Yeah, there you go. That's your barrel. There you go. You pick it up, you can have it.
All right, don't tempt us.
You pick it up, the back door, you get a little something.
Yeah, you guys are heroes right there.
Yeah, so this, like I said, it's close to 4 years old. Yeah? Around 4 years old. But this is a rye. So, all of your winners except.
You're still a winner.
Alright. So, before we head out of here, does anyone have any last minute pictures or anything? Want to do any pictures in here? Go right ahead. Before we leave, though, I kind of forgot to talk about this a little bit. So this is a fill your own bottle. It's going to be coming in about a month. I'm hoping you'll be able to come in here, even off the store, like exactly what you guys are doing. Be like, hey, I want a bottle. Okay. And you fill it up yourself, label it, and you pay for it. We'll be doing that. I don't know exactly what the barrel's going to be, but I think it's going to be a Piper Pavitt 13-year-old finished barrel that we'll have in there. Don't say more word on it, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be.
So this concludes Bardstown Bourbon Company. We have had a bourbon tasting. We have had a bourbon tour. We've had another tasting. Another bourbon tasting. And we have had a bourbon lunch. Well, I had chicken and waffles with a bourbon maple syrup, which was absolutely fantastic. And you had, what'd you have?
Bardstown Club.
She had the Bardstown Club. We also had the poutine, which was fantastic.
Num-nums.
Num. So this concludes our Bardstown Bourbon Company tour. And now we're off to finish our day somewhere else. So we hope you had a great time. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the like button. Don't forget to click the bell. And
Let the adventure begin.
we'll talk to you soon.